Okay, so what do you think of when you hear the words test anxiety?
I think of somebody that was studying for a test a lot and they still don't feel prepared for it, and even during the test they feel like they don't know the information when really they do.
Just tests in general.
I usually think of like calculus or like math and like big tests like finals, the ACT, stuff like that. Just like really important tests is what I think of when I hear that.
Okay, so this is the definition of test anxiety. Test anxiety is a combination of psychological overarousal, tension, and somatic symptoms along with worry, dread, fear of failure, and catastrophizing that occur before or during test situations. So after hearing that definition, have you experienced test anxiety?
Oh, definitely. I feel like a lot of people have. They feel like they will fail the test. They don't want to take the test, and it's because they feel like they will fail.
I think we all have. So yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think I've definitely had test anxiety. Kind of like I said earlier, with just thinking about like big tests, like finals, especially like math finals. For some reason, math just makes me tense. Like there's so much stuff to remember with that, and it doesn't come super naturally to me. And then like the ACT, I took the ACT a couple times, and especially the first time. Sometimes your mind just kind of goes blank, or you take your time more on questions that maybe you normally wouldn't take your time on. And I think that part of that is that anxiety, like just fear of failure with it, and how it feels really important in the moment.
So can you maybe give us an example of when you've like felt test anxiety and like kind of walk us through that?
Oh, definitely. I studied for a history test for probably like a whole week straight, and I actually felt pretty confident during the, not during the test, but before the test. But then during the test, I was like, wait, I was second guessing myself on a lot of the questions. I even changed answers. And yeah, it was like just kind of that dread before, and then during it, I was like, oh, like I don't think I'm gonna do that well on this because I keep second guessing myself. And I did not get the best grade I was looking for either.
Before like a final or like a big summative test.
Okay, so after experiencing test anxiety before, what do you do now to kind of combat it?
I would say kind of talk yourself up about it and like tell yourself it's okay and that you'll get through the test, and just trust the information you learned, and just trust yourself to make the right decision the first time, and just kind of like go with the first instinct of the answer you come up with, and also like go over your information right before, so that way you can be like refreshed of everything instead of like studying that night and then in the morning and throughout the day you don't look at it at all. And so that way you feel more confident, like, yeah, I know this, and then you're good.
Just kind of tell yourself that no matter what, it's just a test, and after you finish it, you get what you get.
For me, the best thing that helped me with test anxiety, like I took the ACT twice, and so the second time, I made it like kind of a point in my mind to think about it as, okay, it's not the end of the world if you don't do as well as you want to. Like it's not a huge deal. Like don't make it super important in my mind. And that kind of helped. And then also just like kind of building confidence. I took like a prep class, or even when it's just like a final, like a math final, studying for it, and just kind of like knowing in my mind, like, okay, I did everything I can do about it to make myself do well. And so at that point, it's kind of like, okay, it's kind of whatever grade I'm going to get is going to be the grade I get, or whatever score I get is going to be the score I get. And so kind of like not like making it too important and not worrying about it too much, and just kind of doing what I can to do my best on it. To me, that helped me a lot with my test anxiety.